Alright guys, for today, we are working on solving one variable inequalities. So, like just an x. Now, eventually, as this chapter kind of goes on, we will get into x and y and like solving for y and things like that. We will. Yeah. And you'll be fine at it. You'll be fine. All right, so solve one variable inequalities and understand what those answers mean. Okay, we're looking at both parts today. So, first, we need to make sure we know our inequality symbols. So what does a symbol look like for less than? Now, that's the question. Because, guys, what does an L look like? Right, an L? Like, seriously, less than, L. That's less than. Right? Like, it looks like an L that's just kind of like squished. Because it does make a difference. Like everyone, you guys understand like that it's open to the bigger number, right? You guys understand that, like the alligator or Pac-Man, however you learned it. Yes, I like Pac-Man because I can turn him into a Pac-Man real easy. Pac-Man. But yeah, guys, less than looks like that. So when I like read answers off, like we read left to right. So as I read it, if that symbol is in there, looks like an L, I'm going to say it as less than. Okay, so we need to know they do have a specific name. Less than or equal to? What's that one look like then? Yes, it's got a line under it. Because if you would cover up the top part of that, it looks like an equal sign. Yeah, so less than or equal to. So then by default, we know greater than. It's the other way. Good. And greater than or equal to, line under. All right, just so we know, though, less than does look like an L that's kind of got a little squished. All right, so a solution set to an inequality is all the values that make the inequality true. So it's not necessarily just one number, right? You have a whole span of numbers. So determine whether each number is a solution. So if I have x is greater than or equal to 5, okay, if I would plug a 5 in there, is that a good answer? Is 5 greater than or equal to 5? Yeah, so that one's good. How about 12? Is 12 greater than or equal to 5? Yep. -7? No. Is that one? No good. All right, so if you solved though and got x is greater than or equal to 5, that was your answer. What does that mean? So does that mean any number is an answer for x? It has to be what? Could it be 5? Good, it could be 5 or higher. What about like 5.1? 5 2/3? So they can be decimals and fractions? Yeah. So any number that's 5 or higher is a good answer. Okay? So I just want to make sure you understand what an inequality means. So y is less than 3. Does 0 work? 0 is less than 3. 0 is less than 3. How about 15? How about 3? Why not 3? Good. Didn't have the line under it for equal to. All right. Got our basics down. Now we're going to work on some solving. So there is a fancy rule that goes with inequalities. Anytime you multiply or divide by a negative number. So if you are multiplying or dividing by a negative number on both sides of your equation, you got to flip the inequality. So if it was less than, you're flipping it to a greater than. If it was greater than, you flip it to a less than. Okay? The equal to it just flips over. Yep, I would stay with it. Okay? So it's like the one special rule we just got to kind of watch for. All right, so number 3, x plus 7 is greater than 2. How did we get x by itself? Just minus the 7. Again, if you're like that person who likes the line for your equal sign, you can draw it right on there. It's okay. So we would subtract the 7. Do I need to flip the inequality? Good. Multiply or divide by a negative, you flip it. I just subtracted. That's okay. 2 minus 7 is -5. So x is greater than -5. So then if I would ask you, so what's an answer? You just pick any number greater than -5, and it would be fine. So you're good. All right, What about number 4? How do you, it's a fraction, so what your first instinct should be to do what? It's clear. Yeah, we'll multiply by 5. Just 5? Yeah, I'd go -5. That way I can get rid of that. All right, so when we do this, -5 divided by -5 is 1 times m is m. Good. This greater than or equal to flips to a less than or equal to. Okay, because I multiplied by negative. -5 times 30? Good. Just 150? -150. Good. So in this case, any of your answers is any number less than or equal to -150. So a 0 work? No, just making sure we know our difference between positives and negatives. Yeah, it does get a very small number. All right, k plus 5 divided by -2 is less than or equal to 7. What's the first thing you want to do? Multiply by -2. Yeah, let's clear that fraction out of there. So we multiply by -2. All right, so -2 divided by -2 is going to cancel that out. We'd have just k plus 5. Do I flip? Yes. That's going to flip the other direction because I multiplied by a negative. -2 times 7, -14. And then to get k by itself, good, we'll just subtract 5 off. So k is greater than or equal -19. Good. So guys, don't think you have to like keep flipping that sign, right? Like you flip it once because of the negative that you multiplied by, and then it just stays that as it follows you through. Could it possibly flip again? Yeah, if I would like maybe divide at the end by a negative, they could flip back. Just be aware of that. All right, what about number 6? Good, minus the 6. So that's 15. Do I flip the sign? No. Now hold on. Slow down. Make sure everybody's on the same page. So we subtracted 6. Don't flip it, right? I didn't multiply or divide by negative. Divide by 5. Do I flip? Did you divide by a negative? No, I do not flip. That is 3. 3 is less than y. So what number would work for y? Anything under? 3 is less than y. So that's anything bigger than 3. Yeah. Yes. If you multiply or divide by a negative, it flips. Now, I don't know about you guys. Does that bother anybody that's sitting like that with the y on the other side? Some of you yes, some of you no. As we get into like solving for y and like graphing and all of this eventually, like that may really bother some of you. You always can rewrite it. Let's put the y on this side and the 3 on this side. Now, if I rewrite it, which one was Pac-Man eating before I rewrote? It was eating y. So if I rewrite it, which one should Pac-Man be eating? Should still be eating y. So y is greater than 3, any number greater than 3. Okay, so if you want to leave it 3 is less than y, I'm okay with that. I'm not going to count you wrong. If you want to rewrite it so the y is on the correct side, just make sure whatever Pac-Man's eating, just make sure it's still eating that when you flip it. Okay. Number 7. Well, there's a lot going on there. What do we do? Yeah, we got some like terms. Let's put those together. So I have -8r minus 3r. Same side, so don't do the opposite. What's that give me? Try again. -11r. That's right, basic math's hard. It's fine. Good, we'll subtract the 9. Did my sign flip? No, not at subtracting. Subtracting doesn't change anything. So -11r less than or equal gives me -22. Just divide by 11. -11. I divided by -11. Do I flip the sign? Yes. This sign will flip the other direction. and then I get a positive 2. So make sure you flip it because I divided by the negative. How many of you have learned how to do this at one time before? Good, most of you. See, today's not such a bad day, right? Today's lesson's pretty good. I'm pushing it. Number 8. Do number 8 on your own. All right, guys. First thing, put your like terms together. All right, so we have 5n minus 6n. It's negative n minus 6 less than negative 2. All right, plus 6. Negative n is less than 4. Am I done? No, n's not by itself yet. How do I get rid of that negative sign? Negative 1. Does that flip? Yes. So n is greater than negative 4. N is greater than negative 4. You just said that's 4, not 8. Yeah.
I know how to do it. I just put the wrong sign.
Yeah, you did. So this is 5n minus 6n. So you added them instead of subtracting them. So it'd be 5 minus 6 is negative 1. All right, number 9. Somebody want to come up here and be a teacher and teach us one? Kurt. No? All right. Thought I'd throw it out there. All right, so number 9. So I don't have any like terms. What should I move?
Negative 49, your like terms. There's no like terms.
I don't have any like terms. You want to move to 24? Some people, you can move that. It's not wrong. I'm going to move my n's. Add 7n. Again, guys, you have many options when you're working through these problems. So that's going to give me 18n.
I can't even figure out what
All right, now what do you want to move? Add the 12. So it gives me 36 is less than 18n. Divide by 18. Why don't I flip it? Good, not negative, so it does not flip, and that is 2. You did, I appreciate that. Do you know what that would look like if I flipped it? It'd be bad. If I flip it and write n here and the 2 there, what symbol goes in it? Greater than, good. So either one is fine. If you want letters on the left, I know some of you are big on that one, that's fine. I mean the same thing, right? Pac-Man's still eating the end. That's all that matters. How are we feeling so far? Doing okay? Awesome. You all right? You're good? I know. Got to get our basics before we get into like harder stuff though, right? Sorry. All right. Is this going to be much different? What do I do? Yeah, we just distribute first. All right, so we get 4w. Here we go. So minus 8. Bring down the minus 6w. Greater than or equal negative 9. So anytime you have a chance to distribute, we always want to do that first. Good. We can put some like terms together because they're on the same side. Guys, be careful. I know some of you are making mistakes right here. Watch what sign is in front of it. It's telling you whether to add it or subtract it. So good. That would be negative 2w. Minus 8. Greater than or equal to negative 9. Add 8. Negative 2w greater than or equal to negative 1. Now, hold on. I just want to kind of talk about what you just said because I've heard other people say it. He said divide by 2w. Just negative 2. Leave the w there. Don't rewrite that w. Okay, so then we get what? W is good, less than or equal. That sign flipped because I divided by a negative. Negative 1/2? There you go. That'd be positive 1/2. Right, because you have two negatives make that positive. Is it okay to have fractions? Yeah. All right, on your own. All right, guys. Hold on, let's go through this. We'll talk through it. It'd be all right. All right, so we will go ahead and distribute. So we should have 6m minus 12 greater than 20 minus 10m. All right. Casey, what'd you do next?
No, I'm wrong.
Oh.
That's tough.
That's sad. All right.
Where's the intermediate algebra?
Oh, I'm sorry. All right. From there, guys, I always move my m's next. So we will add 10m. So we have 16m minus 12 is greater than 20. Good. We'll add the 12. Good. Good. Divide by 16. Hey, guys. That'd be why she struggled. He just did the wrong problems. Not that he can't distribute, everyone. He's okay. He's okay. All right, guys. A couple more to go. We're almost done with the notes for today. Yes. All right, so guys, let's take a look at what happens on 12. So we know first thing we want to do is distribute. So 2a minus 16 less than or equal to 16 plus 2a. It's not all going to cancel out.
One is greater than.
All right, so if I go to subtract my 2a, just let's go one step at a time here, guys. So our variables do cancel, and we get negative 16 is less than or equal to 16. So my variable canceled. So if it canceled, that means it's either all real numbers or no solution. Which is it? Read your inequality. What does it? Read it. What's it say?
Why is there a negative 2a? Or, yeah, I need to do this. Because you're subtracting.
Yeah, I just moved my a's first. Guys, some of you are moving the numbers before your variables, and when we get into inequalities, you've got to move the variables first. Because if you end up with 2a is less than or equal to 2a, and like you got some stuff going on, you need to move the variables, okay? But if you read that, that says negative 16 is less than or equal to 16. Yes or no? Yes. So the fact that they're not the same number like before, that's okay because it says is less than or equal to 16, and it's yes. So it's the all real numbers, right? The fancy R means all real. It means any number I plug in there, it's going to work, okay? So don't get hung up on one's negative, one's positive, so it's no solution. If it was an equal sign, it'd be no solution. But because the inequality's in there, that's okay, because that's true. All right, and then 13. What should we do first? Let's distribute. So 9 plus 2y is less than 7. Let me distribute the 2 plus 2y minus 6. I probably wouldn't add 6. I'd put like terms together, yeah. We have a 7 and then minus 6. Yep. So 9 plus 2y is less than 1. plus 2y. Variables. Move your variables. Yep, let's subtract the 2y. What happens to your y's? They do cancel. So I have 9 is less than 1. Good, because since 9 is not less than 1, this is no solution. What if it had said 1 is less than 9? Then it would have been all real, because that would have been true. Okay, so really read them so you know what they're saying. Don't just go, oh, numbers are the same on both sides, it must work. What if it did say 9 is less than 9? Would it have been all real or no solution? It's been no solution because 9's not less than 9. Okay, so you really have to read them to whether or not it's true.